That was good. We were trying to do something interesting. It didn't happen to work, but I would take that bet again anytime.
Personal, private journey that really nobody knew about.
What happens when a Hollywood power couple's love story turns into a messy divorce? Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were once the epitome of a glamorous and unshakable Hollywood couple. Their on-and-off romance, explosive public reappearances, and whirlwind marriage in 2022 left fans captivated. The media couldn't get enough of Bennifer 2.0, and for a while it seemed like they were finally ready to live out their fairy tale ending. But just 2 years after they said, "I do," everything came crashing down. J.Lo filed for divorce, and the world was left wondering, how could things go so wrong for two people who had waited nearly 2 decades to rekindle their love? Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the shocking unraveling of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's marriage, an end that nobody saw coming. To understand how it all went south, we have to go back to where it all began. In the early 2000s, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were the Hollywood couple everyone was talking about. They met while working on Giggly, a movie that, let's be honest, didn't exactly set the box office on fire. But despite the film's failure, the undeniable chemistry between J.Lo and Ben had the tabloids buzzing. Their relationship was fast-paced and public. They got engaged in 2002 with one of the most iconic engagement rings ever, a 16-carat pink diamond valued at over $2.5 million. It was the kind of ring that screamed forever.
When we first got back together a couple years ago, and it's a beautiful piece of work, I think. I'm very proud of it, and I can't wait to put it out later in the summer, early fall. Yeah.
Is love better second time around, you think?
I think when you have life experience behind you, it's like you said, as different things happen in your life.
And everyone was waiting for the Bennifer wedding of the decade. But in 2004, just days before their wedding, they called it off, citing the intense media scrutiny as the final straw. Fast forward to 2021. The world was stunned when J.Lo and Ben were spotted together again, vacationing in Miami, and not long after, in Montana. The two were seen reconnecting and sparking rumors that they might be back together. It seemed like something out of a romantic movie, a second chance at love after all those years. Fans couldn't help but cheer for them, especially after they both went through high-profile breakups. Ben had recently split from actress Jennifer Garner, and J.Lo's relationship with Alex Rodriguez had also ended in 2021. The media dubbed it Bennifer 2.0, and this time it felt like they were finally going to get their happily ever after. By 2022, the couple was more public than ever, even posting pictures of each other on social media, which was a big deal for both of them. Their relationship felt like it was the stuff of dreams, especially as they began to blend their families. After nearly 2 decades apart, it looked like they had found their second chance at love. By the summer of 2022, Jennifer and Ben were officially married. They chose a small, intimate ceremony in Las Vegas, which was a far cry from the elaborate wedding we'd all expected back in 2004. The couple seemed to be incredibly happy, but not long after the wedding, the cracks began to show. Their marriage was put under the microscope, and it wasn't just the media. Fans and even their own friends started noticing little signs that all might not be as perfect as it seemed. One of the first signs that something was off came during the 2023 Met Gala. J.Lo walked the red carpet solo, looking absolutely stunning.
Currently entirely eludes AI's capability, and I think will for a meaningful period of time. What AI is going to do is going to disintermediate the more laborious, less creative, and more costly aspects of filmmaking that will allow costs to be brought down, that will lower the barrier to entry, that will allow more voices to be heard, that will make it easier for the people who want to make Goodwill Huntings to go out and make it.
But where was Ben? He wasn't in sight, and speculation began to swirl. Was there trouble in paradise, or was Ben just too busy to attend? Later, rumors surfaced that the couple was living in separate houses. Could it be that despite their fairy tale reunion, their lives weren't blending as seamlessly as they had hoped? But the rumors didn't stop there. At the 2023 Oscars, Ben's mood became a topic of discussion. Many fans noticed his rather uninterested and even frustrated demeanor while sitting next to J.Lo. He looked visibly annoyed, almost as if he wanted to be anywhere else. Social media exploded with comments about Ben's unhappy face, and people started wondering, was their relationship falling apart? Ben was constantly in the public eye, and it wasn't hard to imagine how that could take a toll on someone. especially someone who was trying to maintain his sobriety. J.Lo, on the other hand, continued to defend her husband, telling the media that everything was fine between them. She dismissed the negative press, claiming Ben was chilled and happy in her presence. But it seemed like the pressure was mounting, and the cracks were starting to show more clearly with every public appearance. In August 2024, J.Lo made a decision that shocked everyone. She filed for divorce from Ben on the anniversary of their wedding in Las Vegas. The news was staggering. No one had expected this after their highly publicized reunion and whirlwind romance. But behind the scenes, things had been unraveling for months. According to court documents, the couple had actually been separated since April 2024, just 10 months after their wedding. And while they had tried to keep things quiet, it was clear that there had been a rift growing between them for quite some time. The divorce was far from simple. California law doesn't allow for common law marriage, so without a prenuptial agreement, all their assets would be divided according to the state's community property laws. This meant that everything they earned during their 2 years of marriage, including their respective fortunes, would be split down the middle.
And more my own kind of personal, private journey that really nobody knew about, which is my private life. And the growth and all the falling down and getting up. And I think you guys were a little bit kind of witnessing it and wondering and stuff like that.
Yes, you read that right. Everything. J.Lo's multi-million-dollar empire from music, acting, and business would be divided with Ben, who had also seen success with his recent films and other ventures. The legal battle wasn't going to be pretty, but that wasn't all. J.Lo made a very interesting move in her divorce filing. She waived her right to receive spousal support. That alone wasn't a huge shock, as J.Lo is an independent, self-made woman. But what raised eyebrows was that she also asked the court to deny Ben any spousal support as well. This was a bold move. Was it a calculated decision to show that she didn't need him financially? Or was it a way to send a message about her feelings toward him? Either way, it only added fuel to the fire of speculation surrounding their divorce. As the legal proceedings moved forward, it became clear that the tension between the two was palpable. Reports indicated that they had been trying to negotiate a fair way to divide their assets, but things were far from smooth. Money, as it often does, was at the center of their conflicts. Ben and J.Lo were both extremely successful in their own right, and dividing their shared earnings was proving to be more difficult than either of them anticipated. Sources close to the couple revealed that the entire situation had become so heated that, on multiple occasions, they weren't speaking at all. At one point, they even had to bring in mediators to help them navigate the difficult discussions about money and property. It was clear that the love they once shared had turned into something far less amicable. But what caused this rift? What was the breaking point that led to the divorce?
Have you had that? Have you been in Bree's position and had that reaction with someone?
Oh my God, yes. Yes, I have.
Who?
With Barbara Streisand.
Oh.
My mom,
Wow.
You guys know, of course, who Barbara Streisand is.
Yeah.
Just sometimes a young audience, they're like,
Yeah, I know. If not, we're going to have to leave. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
One theory was that J.Lo was simply tired of feeling humiliated by Ben. According to some insiders, J.Lo felt that Ben wasn't giving her the emotional support she needed. She had waited until the second anniversary of their wedding to file for divorce, which made many people wonder, was this her final attempt to show him that it was over? Or was she trying to get back at him for all the years of pain? There's no doubt that Jennifer Lopez is a strong and independent woman, but even she couldn't escape the emotional toll of a high-profile relationship like hers with Ben. According to sources close to her, Jennifer felt that Ben had emotionally checked out long before she filed for divorce. Despite their years of history, Ben had become increasingly distant, and Jennifer had had enough. She reportedly felt humiliated by his behavior and frustrated with the way he seemed to withdraw from their marriage, especially after everything they had been through. On the other hand, Ben was struggling with his own demons. While it was easy for the public to assume that the divorce was just about love and compatibility, there were deeper, more personal factors at play. Ben had been dealing with a long history of addiction and sobriety, and the public scrutiny surrounding his every move was likely wearing on him. Add to that the pressures of maintaining a relationship with someone as high-profile as J.Lo, and it's easy to see why he might have struggled. Perhaps he simply wasn't ready for the intense public and personal challenges that came with their marriage. Despite all the drama happening behind closed doors, J.Lo and Ben couldn't escape the public scrutiny. Every little detail of their relationship was examined under a magnifying glass. From their body language at events to their choice of social media posts. The most talked about moment Ben's infamous facial expressions at the 2023 Oscars. The internet went wild when Ben's disinterested look next to J.Lo was caught on camera.
Or we go, you know what, that was good. We were trying to do something interesting. It didn't happen to work, but I would take that bet again anytime. And if you can internalize that, and it's just where I started to arrive to 15 years later, when, yeah, they didn't nominate me for director, and I wasn't surprised at all.
People began speculating that their marriage was in trouble. Could it be that Ben was struggling with his role in the relationship? Or was he just tired of the constant public pressure? Ben's unhappy face quickly became a meme, and it was hard to ignore how uncomfortable he looked at events. He even seemed visibly irritated at some points, prompting fans to wonder if J.Lo was truly the cause of his unhappiness. Was she asking too much of him? Or was it simply that the relationship was falling apart? Even J.Lo herself tried to defend Ben, insisting that everything was fine and that he was chilled and happy. But the public didn't buy it, and neither did the media. The rumors only intensified. In the end, the story of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's marriage is one of love, loss, and unfulfilled expectations. Despite their undeniable chemistry and the world rooting for them, their relationship couldn't survive the pressures of fame, personal struggles, and their own emotional baggage. After years of rekindled love, their fairy tale ending has come to a screeching halt. So, what went wrong? Were they simply two people who were never meant to be together, despite all their history and love? Or did the intense scrutiny and pressure of their lives in the spotlight tear them apart? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Was it just bad timing, or did they always have too much to overcome? Until next time, stay tuned for more updates on Hollywood's most dramatic couples.